Hey everybody, just wanted to give you all a little shot of my project I've been working on. I know I haven't really put any videos on for a while. A lot of things have changed. Got a club car, golf cart. It's been converted over to a gas motor. It was electric. It's got a 200cc four-wheeler engine on it. Has a clutch, brake, gas, shifter. Going through the floor there. Got a little voltage gauge so I know when it charges the battery. I made it to where when the ignition comes on, this light comes on so I know I've got power there. Here's the drivetrain. It's got a Zhongshan 200cc Chinese made four-wheeler engine. I used the original axle. I just cut the electric motor up, used the shaft, put a sprocket inside there, run a chain using a number 40 chain. The sprocket on the motor is a 420 sprocket, and the sprocket inside here is a 40. And I just kind of run it in there. I used the electric motor housing as a bracket type to hold the shaft in place so I didn't have to build a bearing setup. There's my little battery right there. Let me open this seat up and I'll show y'all what I got going on here. So here's my gas tank, just a gas can I bought. Put a little vent on the top, run a hose out of it, goes down to a fuel pump, $10 on Amazon. Fuel filter, and that runs to the carburetor. Got my wiring mounted up from the four-wheeler. This thing does not have a ignition key. This module right here is a Bluetooth dual relay module where I hook it up to my phone. One relay controls the ignition, which pretty much just closes the circuit to ground out the coil and it shuts it off. And then there is another relay that's hooked up to the starter solenoid right there. But the relay's inside this box, these two relays. And then I pretty much just turn the ignition on with my phone and start it up, and then I just go. Here's this switch right here. I hook this up to when I flip this to the run position, it will give power to this module. So that way it's not killing the battery when I'm not using it. So I just flip that on. The module lights up. It's getting ready for the Bluetooth connection. Start it up and go. The engine was put on a swing arm. I built a whole swing arm that's welded to this axle. Everything is disassemblable. I didn't hard weld anything. It's got 12 inches of lift. Still in pretty good shape. I have the fender flares to put inside here. I just had them out of the way so I could work on it. Put little headbanger guards, which is just pipe insulation. That way if I get banged around, my head don't hit that thing. Pretty much all I did was unbolted the suspension system from the front, the entire thing, and just re-bolted it under the frame. Made a new plate. The swing arms and the leaf spring in the front were sandwiched between the frames, so I had to make a plate here to sandwich the two against. And then I just reassembled the whole front end and then re-bolted it back up underneath the frame at the beginning of the shock tower. I run these two bars right here from that plate up to my support over here. Got my exhaust run out. Got air shocks on the back. Kind of like a 4-link suspension ordeal. I made a little single chamber muffler. The exhaust goes down this pipe and just fires out the side. Pretty much baffles it a little bit. I didn't really need a whole lot. It has 14-inch steel wheels. I'm not sure what vehicle they came off of, but the lug pattern was the same. The only difference was the hubs was too skinny to fit over the hubs on the golf cart, so I just kind of trimmed them out a little bit to where they'd fit. But the lug nuts bolted right in. I didn't have to modify the holes for them at all. I just pretty much bolted the wheels on backwards. I was wanting to put spacers on it to pull the wheels out a little further, but this ended up fixing my problem with the wheels being offset as much as they were. The only real reason why they're backwards is because when they're on correctly, they hit that. So that worked out pretty good. Still have some more stuff to do to it. I've got a 19-tooth gear coming for the four-wheeler engine that goes right there. This is a 15-tooth, and the one inside the housing is a 16-tooth. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting a 19-tooth right here to give me more top end and less torque, because this rear axle right here is like a 12-to-1 ratio. It's very low for the electric motor. So I got to up the gear a little bit going into it. The clutch works properly. Everything works like it's supposed to. It's got 4 gears going forward. It's got reverse, everything built into it. Got my little tiny monster sticker. Gotta love it. Airlift. I've got some welding to do on the frame. Thinking about putting a track bar on the back. Got to mount these air lines for the shocks. I'm not sure what year this thing is, but it was given to me by my boss man. It was just sitting in the backyard covered in mold and grass with 4 flat tires. Told me to have some fun with it, so I'll put another video out once I get my gear changed out so it can go a little faster. And I'll show you how I start it with my phone on the next video. Thank you for watching. I've had a lot of ideas from other YouTubers. I kind of did some of the similar things that they've done mixed with other ideas. I'm very happy with it so far. It's been very fun. Good project. Alrighty. Stay tuned. Thank you.